Hey everyone, I'm Josh.
And I'm Greg.
We're here to talk about gear. So yeah, everyday carry. What it means to me is what I have to do when I wake up in the morning. What do I need for that day is what's going to be my everyday carry. I got to be able to tell time. I got to be able to cut some boxes open, and I'm probably going to have to sign some papers or fill something out. Or if it's a different day, where I got to grab a backpack. Yeah. I know for you, you carry a bag every day. So.
I do. I carry a bag, but I also have a set group of items that I pick up every single day. And also, sometimes it depends on where I'm going and what I'm doing. I change it.
Yeah.
I'll change my knife. I may change what watch I'm wearing, and even the pen too. But I have a set of things that I pick up every single day that I carry. And the main thing I carry, you mentioned that, I always wear a watch.
Yep.
That's just, I've always done that. I always have at least one pen because it's just one of those things. I always want to have a pen on me, and at least one knife, typically two.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's what it is.
Flashlight?
I do typically. I actually carry a flashlight in my bag also.
Yeah.
I have a little bit larger one there. Sometimes I carry a flashlight with me. I've got an organizer that has all three items: the knife, the pen, and the flashlight. I don't always carry that. My cell phone gives me a flashlight.
Yeah, true.
But there's nothing like being able to take a flashlight and put it on something.
Yeah.
Just depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah. Plus, it's a little quicker to have an actual flashlight, too. Plus, I love the size of this one. I know I have the bigger one. And recently, it solves a great issue of getting all those things in one area, but I'm starting to carry so much other things in my pocket. Now I'm having to nix that unless it's a certain day where I'm not carrying as much. And now I know for you match everything. So
I do.
I'm wondering, do you set your everyday carry out the night before?
No.
Okay.
No. The only thing I really match is typically a watch, depending on what I'm wearing. The knife, okay, I will do that sometimes, I'll admit.
Depends if you're going on a barbecue or not.
It does.
Yeah.
Depends on what I'm doing. If I know I'm going to go out into the warehouse or I am going to be hacking a bunch of boxes out, I probably won't take my nicest knife.
Exactly.
I'll take one that I know that will work well for it, first of all, and it's better for it. Because, some knives aren't going to be that great at opening boxes.
Yeah. Some are going to dull.
They are. Or, it's just, and it depends also if I'm going to be in the office or if I'm going to be around somebody else. I don't want to bring out some knife that is
ka-chunk,
massive,
ka-chunk.
And people look at you
Yeah,
like, what in the world is that? And that's the thing, though, but, that brings us back to, that's the really interesting thing to me about everyday carry. Because depending on, as you've said, where you work and what you do, it's going to change. And that's what's really cool about it. And that's really the question. What is everyday carry? And it's really a personal thing, is what I think.
Absolutely. I agree.
Think, it depends on your job, where you're going and what you're doing.
Yeah, because I know some people carry a notepad every day. I know I carry, a notepad, but some people carry a notebook. And that's where I know you agree with this, is that's what our whole target here is at Gear Supply.
It is.
That's why I always said, it doesn't matter if you're a teacher or, a police officer or a retail guy. I know I keep using that same thing, but it's so true.
It is.
Or it's like I think of professors. It's still a teacher, but they're carrying nice briefcases. They want book binders and all this stuff. So
I consider my briefcase an everyday carry.
Yeah.
Because I don't. I actually. And what's funny is I will actually not stock it, but I'll load it a little bit differently depending on where I'm going. And I even have a smaller briefcase that I'll carry sometimes, but it depends on what I'm doing. But I consider that part of it because I actually carry extra gear in there. I'll keep a notebook in there, of course. I'll carry a few extra pens, and of course, I'm carrying my laptop and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely think that that's part of it. Not that I carry it every day, but again, that's going to vary. The journals and things like that. Some people carry those, an agenda.
We're forgetting
what?
The most important thing.
What's
your
that?
wallet.
That's true, and I do carry that every day.
I was gonna say, because I think everyday carry is anything fits in your pocket.
It is. Well,
you get cell phone
right there.
Cell phone. There's so many things that
it is. You're right. It is an important thing, and that is definitely part of it. And the thing is, do you change your wallet ever, or do you carry the same wallet?
I do sometimes. It depends. Like, I know I went for a little bit of time on like the simplistic. I was trying to carry as little as possible, but we took that trip to Vegas and I had to switch back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just
All the money
depends.
you won?
Yeah, I had to have something a little bigger to bring it all back in. I mean, everyday carry. I don't know. Some people don't know what it means. Some people think they know what it means, or some people just don't like using the phrase. But at the end of the day, you don't even have to carry these things. And I feel, you know, I mean, it's anything you use. I mean, a backpack could be an everyday carry item.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the term everyday carry, I think, you know, it's been around there for a little while, EDC, everyday carry, and I think it does mean different things out there in the market. People think of, you know, and I know we've talked about it, that sometimes when you use that term, people think of more of a tactical approach. You know, you're going to gear up for, you know, you're a member of SWAT or something.
Yeah.
You know, and the really, you know, the reality of it is there's so many other things and so many other people that have a subset of carry that is just totally different from what I carry. And that's what's cool about it. And that's really part of what drew me to just the whole thing with Gear Supply Company is I know there's so many choices out there, and it's nice to have a grouping of items that you can go, okay, that you know, that fits. Not everything's going to fit, but you have a way to pick and choose, and I think that's part of it. And that's also another thing I like about everyday carry is that you can pick what you want.
Yeah.
That's the important thing to me. It's the same thing with watches. I love watches. Watches are a big thing to me. I have expensive watches and I have cheap watches. I shouldn't say cheap. I should say inexpensive.
Yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah.
You know, they serve different purposes. And it's the same thing with pens. I've always loved pens. Pens have been something that I think is really cool. I collect various, you know, fountain pens, rollerball, regular click pens.
Well, pens, I never realized how important they are because, you know, sometimes I forget I have this. And I usually try to carry it every day, but I'll pick up a cheap pen that I have sitting on my desk and I'll start writing with it. And I'm like, man, the thing's dry. It's not writing right. But man, when you have a good pen, I feel like it's like fail proof. You pull it out, you know it's going to work.
And it's going to write well. It's smooth.
Yeah.
The thing I hate is exactly what you said. Is you pull it out and you need to write something down.
Yeah, it's like you're
and
scribbling,
it's skipping. It's like, oh, I can't get it to write.
Yeah.
I hate that. You know, it's really important to me that it writes well. It's smooth. And you know, and everybody has different. You know, I think when we were talking about like these Retro 51 pens, you know, whether you like a thicker line, a thinner line, you know, I've got a medium refill in there, but I actually like a fine point for certain things.
Yeah.
But it's got to write, and that's the key. You know, the advantage and the thing for me, I was thinking about it, the thing for me with everyday carry is typically it's just quick access.
Yeah.
You know, glance at the time. Yeah, I know you can pull your phone out, but again, you got to pull your phone out.
It's a big difference in going down and looking at the time.
It is, and just glancing at it or seeing the date. You know, and the other thing about everyday carry is it's fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I just like the stuff.
Well, something I was wanting to say is what I feel with everyday carry, and you know, everything we have so far is stuff that we like.
It is.
But what I really like is when people come in and then they tell me what they like. And it could be the same thing where it's a knife but a different company, or a pen in a different company, or something I've never heard of, and they're like, man, I carry this every day. Like I know our cameraman Jake, he's a converted guy, you know, he never carried EDC stuff. We got him at Hitch and Timber, and man, he carries it every day. He'd come on camera, but he probably doesn't want to.
Well, let's ask him. Jake, why does everyday carry to you?
I'm nice and sweaty, but
yeah, me too. We all are.
Yeah, when I first started with you guys, I did not have this. So this is Hitch and Timber, and never had that. That is a Swiss Army knife. What is the company?
Victorinox.
Victorinox, yep. Space pen.
Yep.
I never knew those terms before, but it really helps me because I always have a nice pen with me. One of these. So actually, this right here, when I'm putting on my video gear, it's got a flathead on it. So it's extremely nice to have that because it helps me. I used to use my fingernails.
Now you carry a wallet still?
No, that's what I carry.
That's become
awesome.
everything.
My wallet before was like this thick. And now it's like sometimes I feel like I forget it I forget this because it's like so thin in my pocket. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And it's a tool. It's something that you actually use. That's the thing about everyday. You know, there's a couple things with everyday carry. There are things that are just a tool, right?
Yeah.
Then there are some things you just like to carry.
Yeah.
And I sometimes think watches fall into that category a little bit because it's a tool, but it depends again. I probably change my watch every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Wear a different watch just because I like them.
Yeah.
And so that becomes a little bit of a fun thing.
No, it's fun. I really enjoy it, and you know, I get to work for you guys, and I get to see all the cool stuff and all the nice watches. And my wife doesn't necessarily like it, but it's really cool that I get to learn, like, as well as the people that are watching these videos and that come into the store, because I'm new just like everyone else. Like, you guys have been around it. She wants a watch now too, so.
You were a watch wearer before, though. You liked watches, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
did like watches. I didn't really know anything about them. I just liked the way that they looked. I like super minimalist watches.
Right.
So some of the watches you guys have aren't specifically for me.
some of them super complications.
Yeah, some of those aren't specifically for me, but you can appreciate all of the nice watches that you have.
Right.
Cool.
Well,
I'll let you guys wrap up.
All right. Yep.
That's all the gear we got for you right this minute. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back.